Hello, folks. So, today I'm going to review Regata OS. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's the best that my brain can do. So, in Regata OS, the reason that I want to review this is because it is based on OpenSUSE. So, that definitely has my curiosity. And it is also only KDE Plasma, which is also great. So, OpenSUSE, especially Tumbleweed, combined with KDE Plasma, in my opinion, makes the best distro Linux operating system on the market, depending on what your needs are. Your mileage may vary. The next reason that I want to check this out is because it will answer, I'm trying to answer this question that was posted on one of my reviews, my review for Plasma 6.2 a few days ago. And the question being, it's hard to, how do I install KDE 6.2 on Regata OS? And to answer this question without further inquiry, I just don't know. I know that Regata is based on OpenSUSE, but is it Leap? Is it Tumbleweed? Well, it turns out to be both of them, because nothing says stable like mixing two different repository types. Sure. But we're going to give it the benefit of the doubt, and we're going to go ahead and dive into this thing. We're going to start out on the Distrowatch.com page for Regata. And of course, OS type Linux, based on OpenSUSE. Origin is Brazil. That's pretty cool. Architecture 64-bit only, and depending, I know for sure. I've already seen that it's got a lot of Leap repositories, so it should have 32-bit for gaming purposes. So don't be afraid by that architecture saying only 64-bit. It's just not. The desktop is not offering 32-bit. That's all it means. Desktop's KDE Plasma only. Very cool in my opinion. That's the way it should be. I'm a little biased. Category desktop gaming, live medium, status active, popularity 53. So if we look down through here at the packages, the most recent one, which I'm pretty sure I have, is 24. And nothing in here. The AMD GPU is the only thing showing as current, except for Mesa, which is currently in development. So they're giving you a development release of Mesa and the current release of the AMD driver. Everything else is behind. And Wayland doesn't have Xorg. It's all the same. It's only one behind. So it's probably not terrible. But let's go ahead and get into looking at Regata. Okay, so here we have Regata. This is obviously running in a virtual machine. I'm going to go ahead and start this install and get it going. Let's see what kind of installer it is. And spoiler alert, it does have a live session that you can install from. I really wish Tumbleweed and OpenSUSE would have a live session that you could install from. Just saying. Feels a little antiquated. Just saying. So it actually didn't do any kind of a splash. It just went straight into this right here, which... Oh, that is the splash. Oh my goodness. The date and time was the splash screen. That was kind of neat. That was really cool. That was cool. Okay, so we want to know how to install. Eventually, we're going to get to when is KDE Plasma 6.2 going to be on here. So let's see what we have right now. 6.1.4, which is really strange because Slowroll is on 6.15, Tumbleweed's on 6.2. This is a downloaded version. Let's go ahead and get this installed. updated, and then let's see where it's at before we start critiquing. Okay, so let's go ahead and install. So not really any surprise. Most of the offshoots of OpenSUSE use Calamaris installer. It's one of the easiest ones you can use. I would like to see a distro, an offshoot of OpenSUSE, still use the OpenSUSE installer, because the OpenSUSE installer is one of the best installers in Linux. It is definitely not the easiest, but it is definitely one of the most powerful. And it's not hard. All right, so let's get on with the show here. Next, erase, next. Yep, use that. Install now. Click, click, click. I have 4-clicked and I'm already starting the install. I'm not going to worry about watching this install. We've all seen 1,000 installs if you've watched my channel any time amount. So, yeah. See you on the other side. So that was actually pretty fast, especially compared to OpenSUSE. I mean, that was quite quick. So let's go ahead and restart now. The splash screen being the clock and the date, that is above and beyond. That is very, very cool. So, oh, this is kind of neat. This looks just like Calamaris installer. Is this part of Calamaris, where the welcome screen is actually looks actually that much like Calamaris installer? Is that part of Calamaris? It's part of the setup. I guess it is. I don't know. Next. New York. Oh, it didn't actually finish it. Oh. It's almost like an OEM install. It's been a really long time since I've installed Windows. Is that how Windows installs? I don't remember. Yep, that's what it was. It's part of the Calamaris. It's OEM install through Calamaris. That is very cool. Get done. Date and time splash screen again. That is, I've never seen that before, I don't think. All right, we should be in KDE Plasma, so it should be a very simple, almost automatic thing for me to change resolution. And it is. Yes, I want to keep. Now, let's make sure we are completely up to date. Okay, Regata OS update, checking for updates. What is it Discover? It's not Discover. What is this? Huh. We'll let this go ahead and finish out because I want to see this in action. There's one way. Edit applications. Update. Regata OS update. Regata OS update manager. It looks like it's something they made. It's their own. It is actually their own manager. Very interesting. It is also very slow. Okay, so this is very interesting. This looks vaguely similar to the Fedora in the updater. You'll get a system update that says there's one system update, but inside that system update, there's 1,454 updates. And you can also update Firefox. I wonder if you can update these separately. Let's find out. Click update. is it going to update just Firefox? So does that mean Firefox is actually a snap or the other thing? Well, let's find out. What's the easiest way? It is not a snap or a Flatpak. Okay. Concluded. Well, English is not their first language, so I like the word concluded. I have no problem with that. So let's go ahead and get all of our updates, and then we'll come back. Automatic update is enabled. I wonder what that means. I'm curious. Is that a Windows-esque type of you're going to get your updates whether you like it or not? Automatic? So I'm going to let this run, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, so that was nicely updated. And then you can, once you update, anytime you come into the update app, I'm sure you can check. It's not quick by any means. Okay, automatic updates. There's the option. Just check for system updates. Check for system, update the system automatically. Never check for updates. Okay, so you can actually tell it to update the system automatically. Can you set a time? I don't see a way to set a time. Update automatically, but there's not a way to set the time. That's disappointing. At least it's not obvious. That is a little disappointing. But it has updated. I'm going to go ahead and restart the system so that we're on, everything is running brand new. Restart. Once again, date and time splash screen. What can you say? That's neat. All right, so let's see what we are running now. Go into System, go into Info Center. Dun, da, da, 615. So when we booted the live session, it was 614. Now it's 615. So here's the weird thing. Tumbleweed is on 6.2. Leap 16 is on 614. And just give me just a minute and we'll double check that for sure. Leap, let's see, Slowroll, I'm pretty sure is on 615. Where's the, here's a good question. Oh, let's see if there's Yast on here. There is Yast on here. Let's go in here and dig a little. Shall we? I want to go to software repositories. Oh, wow. That can't be right. That's not right. Everything is listing as coming from Leap 15.5. Leap 15.6 is currently out, and it's not even on KDE Plasma 6 yet. It's still at 5. I think 27, maybe. Wasn't at 27 last I knew, and I was very disappointed in that. But this, it says Leap 15.5. There is no way that it's on Leap 15.5 and has Plasma 6, anything. So this is not valid information. This, let's see, distribution Leap 15.5 repo. What? Well, that's interesting. Check this out. Video Regata OS is actually download.opensuse.org. They have their own OpenSUSE repository. How does that work? And there's another Regata OS. Oh, I bet that's where the KDE stuff's coming from. Nope, right there, Plasma. Plasma Regata OS. They've got their own build. And I bet they're using the open build system to do it. That is boom. I tell you, Regata's got it going on. This is actually very interesting. So far, I like this. Not obviously not more than OpenSUSE, but if you're gonna do a spin, man, this is right. This is the way to do it. This is outstanding. So I did a bunch of digging around trying to find an answer to when KDE Plasma 6.2 is going to end up in Regata. Couldn't find an answer. I couldn't find an answer to what their base OS is based on. Because I see a whole lot of Leap 15.5 in the repository structure of Regata. But considering they have KDE Plasma 6.1.5, it can't be. However, and Regata doesn't have a forums or a troubleshooting forums or a help support forums, as far as I can tell. The closest thing to that I could get is a Reddit subreddit for Regata OS. Question being asked, okay, the answer being answered or asked, I don't know. Currently, Regata OS already works in a similar way to OpenSUSE Slowroll, offering the latest versions of important packages such as kernel, message drivers, Wayland, and more. In the future, if necessary, Regata OS could be based on OpenSUSE Slowroll. This was done 8 months ago. My personal opinion is Regata OS is already on Slowroll, and given the structure model that they have, Slowroll is perfect. Absolutely perfect. It slows things way down. You're not mixing Tumbleweed and Leap packages together. That's not a good idea normally. But Slowroll slows everything down. Slowroll right now is on 6.1.5. Regata OS is on 6.1.5. Given that's the case, and Tumbleweed got 6.2 the day after 6.2 came out, I'm expecting in exactly 3 months from the day that OpenSUSE Tumbleweed got 6.2, Regata will get 6.2. That is my opinion based on some research. That's the best I can do. Now we're going to look at some more of Regata. Now, obviously, nothing in the repository list indicates that it's using Slowroll, but I think these Regata repositories are pulling Slowroll in. I could be wrong. That's the best I've got, based on the information I can find, which isn't a lot. They don't talk about their backend very much. And if you go to Regata website, keep in mind it is not English. So we will have a little bit more look around. AppArmor is enabled. How about firewall? Let's see if firewall is enabled. Firewall is active under Docker, which doesn't give you much of anything. That's interesting. I mean, since I'm on a VM, I really can't test that a whole lot, but that'd be something to really keep in mind when you install it. So we're going to go ahead and close that out. Let's go ahead and check some base packagings. Under development, we have Kate. Help about Kate. So Kate 24.08.1. What is mine? 24.08.2. So, I'm telling you, it's feeling more and more like Slowroll. Okay, so that's Kate. Games. This has Regata OS game access. This is actually kind of neat. It looks Steam-like. Pretty sure it's not Steam, but it has EA launcher, Amazon Games, BattleNet, Ubisoft, Rockstar, GOG, and Epic. It doesn't have Steam, but Regata does install with Steam. Right there's Steam. And we'll close that out. What else do we have? That was games. That's all that's listed under games. It doesn't look like there's any preloaded games as far as preloaded Linux games go. Let's go to graphics. We got Gwenview, Ocular, and Scanlight. Pretty basic stuff. Internet, Firefox, of course. KDE Connect, that's where Regata was bragging about being able to easily connect to your phone because KDE Connect. And KRDC, that's remote desktop client built off KDE. KRFB, desktop sharing, based on VNC. Regata OS store, so they do have their own app store. We're going to fire that up real quick and see what that looks like. Unable to connect to the internet. No way. Okay, now it's working. Kdenlive, I use it. That's what I use for my YouTube. Sims 4, I did have a daughter 10 years ago that was playing that. Stepdaughter. Discord, my son uses a lot. Chrome, my wife uses a lot. Bottles, I've never gotten into bottles. So, a lot of really, this is good. A Thunderbird right here on the front screen. Firefox is installed by default. Looks like Chrome is an easy one-click install. That is absolutely that is needed. That is necessary. A lot of people rely on Chrome, and that's their only option. Krita, GIMP, VS Code. There's some good stuff here, man. War Thunder, is that Steam War Thunder, or is that, yep, Steam, okay. I tell you what, this does not look bad at all. I think if I was going to put something on a free computer, that I mean free by as in I'm giving it to somebody and I don't want to have to deal with it, I might give them this and set it on automatic updates. This looks really good. I don't like the Amazon store button right here, the Amazon looking button for the Regata OS store, because that looks just like Amazon. Multimedia, Pulse Audio, Volume Control, VLC Media Player. So now I wonder, does this have Pipewire installed? It should. If it's Slowroll, it should have Pipewire installed. Under Office, you have Ocular and OnlyOffice desktop editors. I know nothing about OnlyOffice. Settings, Firewall, MaxQ, graphic settings, Pulse Audio, SC controller, system settings, Wacom, tablet finder, Yast. And under System, Advanced Network Configuration, Dolphin, File Manager, that's Dolphin Super User, Firewall Info, KDE Partition Manager, which I will note in Tumbleweed you have to install that. It does not have KDE Partition Manager installed by default. You have to install it after the fact. Again, disappointing. They want you to use Yast Partition Manager, and Yast Partition Manager sucks. Just saying. Okay, console, menu editor, Regata OS support, Regata OS update. So get support for Regata. I wonder if that, okay, let's see. Ready Solutions, network, okay. It's not bad. Tutorials and tips. How to install it. Oh man, this is not bad. There needs to be more distros doing this right here. Just, yeah. Not bad at all. Okay, where was I? System. Let's keep going. Software repos, system monitor, terminal, USB image writer. Wonder which one that's using. USB stick formatter, and yes software manager. Utilities, ARC, emoji selector, GS scripter, or G scripter. Hardware information, K-alarm, Kate. Kcalc, Kcharacter select, Kmag, Kwrite. Yeah. Onboard screen keyboard, settings, onboard settings, spectacle, SUSE Studio Image Render. So because of what I do, there's a couple things I want to check. Let's go back into console. I want to check what the current version available of Inkscape is. So we're just going to do a zipper info Inkscape. It is 1.3.2. Okay, that's good. 1.4 something has just released, as in like a day or two ago. I don't have it on Tumbleweed yet either, as far as I know. So that's fine. That's very current, up to date. Should have 4 pretty soon. See what the version of Regata is. So same thing. 4.3 with the odd characters. I don't know, that it's under OpenSUSE games, so yeah. Okay, I hope everything can keep up with me, because right now I'm running 2 virtual machines, OBS, and my very own system. So I'm gonna real quickly, this is Slowroll in another vert. Let's go into Info Center. 615-660-672-611. Regata is running 610. Let's see. 615-66-672. 615-66-672. Kernel version 610.8. Kernel version 611.2. So KDE Plasma, everything KDE Plasma looks to me like it's coming in from Slowroll. An exact match. So I'm under the opinion that as soon as Slowroll gets 6.2, you will have 6.2, which should happen in about 2 months and 3 weeks. So that was an interesting review. I enjoyed that review very much. This video was awesome. This is fun. I like Regata OS. I'm gonna give Regata OS 4.5 out of 5 stars, straight up. That's not bad. They're doing something. Anyway, it's not my next operating system. It's not my next distro, but it's definitely one to keep an eye on. It's definitely one to run if you want to give your buddy a Linux distro on a computer that will update itself. Regata OS has the option to set itself to automatic updates. Very cool, very cool. It's on Slowroll. I'm a fan of Slowroll to begin with. They did a good job. So that's all for this video, and as always, thanks for watching.